Good? Hey guys, Matt with CJ Off-Road here. Now today we're out on the trail at Rausch Creek Off-Road Park and we're here for a very special event. It's Protection for Paws' first annual Crawling for Canines. We're here to support this great cause as well as be the premier sponsor for this event. So it's a huge opportunity for us to come out and support a local charity that helps our canines and law enforcement officers. But also we figured this was a good time to take my Hemi out and really try it out on the trails. Now we finished this up a couple months ago and I've owned it for a few months now, and until we've worked some of the quirks out, I really wasn't comfortable taking it out on the trail yet. Now we're gonna go through two different trails here. We're at Rausch Creek's famous pole line trail. This is one that runs right through the middle of the park, and it's pretty much the access point between all the other offshoot trails. So what we're gonna do is hit one of the easier trails first, trying to try out a mix between a green and a blue and really get a feel for the Jeep, test out all those brand new parts we put on from our great vendors, then hit a harder trail and see how the thing performs. I'm gonna hop in it, we're gonna do all the commentary, talk about how it feels, talk about how it performs, because we really haven't given you a true off-road experience in our Hemi Jeep, and that's what I wanna do today, and let's hit it. All right guys, so to start off, I will tell you that I am wearing my seatbelt. I've got this section behind my back, so don't worry, I'm wearing it. I've got the lap belt on, but you can't hear any audio with that, so safety first, always make sure you're buckled up. We are on a blue/green section of the pole line trail, and I just want to see how the Jeep performs. You know, we put a TerraFlex 3.5-inch ST3 lift kit with the adjustable Falcon shocks on it, and I gotta say they're super smooth on the road, and on the trail I think here is where they're really gonna shine. So we're gonna test it out today and see how they perform. Plus we've aired down the tires to about 17 PSI using our Fuel Zephyr beadlocks and Nitto trail grapplers. Got the ARB bumper up front and the Warn winch in case we get into a sticky situation. Hopefully we don't, hopefully we do. We'll see what happens, but overall, this is an easier trail here. This is a blue/green, it's the pole line trail, so you can kind of hit it as hard as you want in certain areas, but we're just gonna go through and see how it performs. Just starting off, I can say the difference between driving a two-door to this four-door, the suspension, the articulation, it's a lot more smooth. I guess that has to do with the longer wheelbase. I'm sure that's what it has to do with, because that's what I'm constantly seeing when I've been in a couple four-doors before. But the articulation in this and just the absorption of the bumps and the rocks, it's a lot better and a smoother ride than my two-door. So we're gonna hit some rocks and a little dip here. Super smooth though, guys. We've also got Brendan with us here too. He's following along in the Mojito two-door just to be a backup vehicle, and we always go in a group when we go out because you don't want to be here by yourself. But yeah, this thing is it's rocking. I mean, I'm just in a mild green and blue trail, but it's been, you know, pretty clean so far and working really well, to be honest. So we're gonna go up some more of this pole line trail here. It does turn into a partial black up over the ridge, but we'll get to that here in a second. I've got it in 4 low, and we'll talk about the engine here a little bit because that's really important too to you guys. Hearing, you can hear the Hemis running, but the torque in this is a lot easier too. I've got it in 4 low, and what we're doing is just crawling. It's in 4 low, second gear with the automatic transmission, and I barely have my foot on the pedal, and it's just climbing right up anything I pointed at. So that's the biggest advantage of the 5.7 liter. And so far the coolant temps have been pretty good too. Nothing overheating, knock on wood there, and nothing really giving me too many issues. But we'll see as the day progresses how many tricky situations we can get this Jeep into. I'm surprised by how smooth everything is running. I've got to be honest, I'm really surprised at just how smooth this TerraFlex kit is. I know TerraFlex is a great brand, so we do have these shocks at the softest setting, the Falcon 3.3s. They're great. I mean, they're just soaking up everything. I don't even really have to think about them. They're just working. They're there, and we're enjoying the day. That is the biggest thing and the biggest advantage of, spending a little bit more on an expensive kit. You will get to utilize it more when you're out here. And then when you're on the road, put it to firm. You can hit corners a little bit quicker and have, a more streetable ride as compared to a soft ride. So Falcon 3.3 is definitely great. I think we talked enough about the lift kit. The Hemi, the biggest thing, was the swap worth it? How does it perform out here on the trail? I've talked about it a little bit before, is that the cooling and everything still functions. So I still got the pitch and roll pulled up. I'm in 4 low, so the transfer case and all that is working without any drive shaft bind. I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with the way this Jeep is performing with the Hemi in there. I'm still getting decent fuel economy, but the torque is so much better than I could have imagined. I've had supercharged V6s, I've had standard V6s, we've driven the 4-cylinder turbo. The only thing I haven't driven is the diesel, which I'm excited to. But this thing just cruises. I mean, the torque, it'll just pull you up whatever. Definitely recommend the 5.7, or if you have a little bit more money in your pocket that you want to spend, grab the 6.4 or even a Hellcat, because it's going to turn your JL into a new animal off-road. And I think once we get the new axles, lockers, 40s, long arms, it'll really soak it up. But here we're hitting some harder stuff. So this is the black section of the pull line trail. So a lot more rocks, a lot more articulation, and we'll go up this black side over here. I'll tell you what, guys, like I just mentioned before, the torque is going to be the biggest advantage of putting a Hemi in. This thing makes almost 400 foot-pounds of torque at a mere 3,000 RPM. So right out of the gate, we are making a ton of torque, and when you reduce that down in your transfer case and your first gear, you're making a heck of a lot more torque than the V6 ever could have thought of, even with a supercharger or anything added on. So that's a big advantage. And now we're really going to test it. We're going up an incline on a black trail. We should be able to see what this thing will do. I do not like to spin my wheels and go crazy. I know I've got plenty of horsepower, but when you start spinning and bouncing, that's when things break, and we're not going to be doing that today. We're going to be smoothly going up this hill. We're going to get some cool shots and really see how this thing does on a black trail, because you guys will be busting my chops if I go up my grandma's driveway again like I did in a couple other videos. But that's not what we're doing today. So going up the black trail, going to see how she does. And we're starting up it. You can already see the difference in the way Ryan's holding the camera, that he knows we're about to go up a trail. Now we're going to see how the 37s do with the beadlocks. I think they'll do pretty well. And we're about to get really into it, so that torque is, the engine is pulling me right up. Let's see how we can flex it up on this rock to the left. This will be a pretty high climb here. Oh, there we go. And right up and over. Easy does it. That was pretty cool. Works like a charm. That torque gets you, that pulls you right out. Wow. That was neat. I gotta say, that's true excitement. I'm not BSing you guys. This is the first time I've been in the Hemi like this on a bigger trail. So that was neat. So we're gonna head over to another smaller trail where we can really let this thing eat and give it a go in a safe, controlled environment while we're out here at Rausch Creek. But while we're on the way, I wanted to talk about Protection for Paws a little bit and the event that Tina throws. This is the first annual Crawling for Canines, and what that does is all the proceeds of this event go to canine supplies. And when I say canine supplies, all of these law enforcement dogs really require a lot of equipment to keep them safe and working in the line of duty. A big issue that they have sometimes is the overheating of the dogs inside of the police cars. And what her donations and raffles and everything does is actually give them the opportunity to get some of this vital equipment that they need for these animals to help serve and protect pretty much the whole entire country. She's donated equipment to, I think, 13 or 14 different states. She's at events every weekend, and her passion for what she does, it's unbelievable. I have not seen that level of commitment and dedication to what she truly believes in. So we have decided in the past, we've worked with them, and we actually hooked her up with a set of wheels and tires and a bunch of other cool things for her Jeep. But for this event, we are the premier sponsor. We're gonna be helping with the raffles, helping with the groups, helping as much as we can. That's what we want to do for our part to give back as CJ Off-Road, anything we can into this great cause. really help Tina and all the canines and police officers in our entire country. But now we're gonna head over to a harder trail. I'm not gonna talk too much of that trail. I'm just gonna get into it and let you guys enjoy some real wheeling footage. So for all your greatest and latest Jeep content, be sure to subscribe to our CJ Off-Road YouTube page to check out all the Hemi builds, all the crazy things we're doing with the Jeeps. Make sure you click that subscribe button. Drop a comment below if you like this video and what you wanna see more of. Until next time, I'm gonna hit the trails. Let's get to it. So I want to go like this and then that. Don't let my right side hit that rock. It's on it. I need to hang left and then. What am I on? Good? How bad? Real bad?
Not bad. Once we get over, we can get that tire and grab it wrong. Go. Good. There you go.
You gotta watch this side. This side right here.
Drop a little bit right here. And now. Okay?
Good.
And then it's going to grab the sidewall of the tire a little bit. You're good. Oop. Perfect. Where are you going from here so I can get it shot?
I'm parking it like with the front end up on the. That's probably good.